Coming at you here with ABSA live action. We're going to the Daytona. Oh crap! Here we go. Sorry. We are going to the Daytona 500 single car qualifying and then the dual races right after that to have everybody set in their qualifying positions for the start of next week's Daytona 500 with ABSA. ABSA, for those that are not familiar with us, it is all BS aside racing league. And this is our season 11 starting out, man. We've been here for 10 full seasons, 26 races per season, with 20 of it being the regular races, the last 6 being the championship races. We're all stoked for a season 11 start out with fireworks, wrecks, and champions to be rising before our very eyes. Again, I am Kevron187. Here in the next little bit, you're going to see all the guys that are going to be qualifying. A lot ain't going to make it today due to life and other kind of reasons that has restricted them from getting the time to jump on. But that's okay. We're going to see everybody here next week at the Daytona 500. So for those of you that are new to to watching us, do stick around for a little bit. We're doing a little bit of a trial and error. We tried one last week with Twitch. That was a dumpster fire. More likely than not, this broadcast will be a lot better than last week's dumpster fire, but don't expect anything less than a dumpster fire. It could still be that, but bear with us. We're going to try to get this party started, have an enjoyable qualifying race event for you all to enjoy and watch. Get to know some of the guys that are racing, so on and so forth. I mean, there's so much to cover because we have been through 10 seasons altogether. Not very many PlayStation leagues out there that have stuck around for longer than 10 seasons, but here we are, man. We are one big happy brotherhood that has stuck with each other through thick and thin. Many arguments were made, still more to be made. Rivalries are still going on. Friendships have been made from rivalry amendments and all of such. You're going to go over to your friend's house and say, hey guys, you're going to need to check out ABSA. These guys right here, they know how to race. They are really good, talented racers. We got everybody between the controllers to the steering wheels to strategists, to those that just puts the chrome horns on everybody's bumpers, if that's what it takes to win. We've got all kinds of crazy racers, crazy events, finishes. I mean, all of this that is to be witnessed by you all will soon happen here in the next little bit. And I do hope that you all enjoy this content, enjoy the races. So let's get to it. We're going to take a little bit of a break here, get everybody sorted out. Like last week, I don't really have nothing that could help bring some entertainment like commercials and all this stuff or music. So I'm going to mute my mic, and here in the next few minutes we're going to get the green light to go and get into the lobbies, and then kind of have an overview of the race to see who all is qualifying and all of that such. Anyway, again, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Bear with me for just a few minutes as we get everything put together. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Alrighty, folks. Thank you all very much for um, sticking around and tuning in for our qualifying races for next week's Daytona 500, raced by ABSA. Um, so here in the next few moments, we're going to be told to jump into the lobby, and then once we do, we will start over looking the qualifying that is about to happen. Um, as stated earlier, is the single car qualifying um, that to start off with, and then after that, it will immediately follow or immediately following it will be the qualifying dual races. So uh, we got a lot to cover between now and next week. It's going to be pretty eventful. So in our league, the race is the only race in the schedule that has custom setups. All of the other races setups will be based on pit row setups, which means that every vehicle raced in wherever they go to is on default. So you have to go into pit row to rely on whatever strategy or whatever setup you have to try to outwit the other racers. Puts everybody a lot more on equal grounds, but we've come to learn a little bit about what setups to use for plate tracks like Daytona and Talladega, of course. And so I don't really know if we're still sticking with the default setups when it comes to the other Talladega races, and I'm not sure if there's another Daytona race or not. But anyway, this race in particular, we are going to be on custom setups. Qualifying is going to be on custom setups. The dual race is on custom setups. So everybody is, going to have a pretty good pardon me, folks. I'm sorry. Trying to get us in. We just got the word to go ahead and join in. So here we go. All that information that I was trying to tell you here, we'll get more of that later on. Again, right now we're just trying to get everything put together for the season to start off with. This is our first time. Let me rephrase that. We've had a few guys that had shown recordings back in season 1 and season 2 racing for ABSA. A lot of those were the in-car camera kind of deals. So this will be the first season for ABSA where broadcasters will have a chance to overlook all the drivers on the racetrack, such as what we're doing right now. So right off the bat, everybody is completing their first lap so that nobody gets booted. What will happen is they'll go to the backstretch, if I'm not mistaken. They'll park there in the backstretch, and then right here, right out of the start of the travel, right here. Okay. So, with this being said, they're going to have their warm-up lap, and then they'll have, I think, either 1 or 2 green flag. Yeah, I think they'll have 1 or 2 laps to be able to get their car up to speed and get the fastest lap possible. So, this is the president of the league that's going. This is Zebo3776. He is one of the very few members of this league that has been here since the very first race of season 1 in ABSA. Between him, Death Note, Rambo, JC, a bunch of guys. I'm sure I'm missing a few guys that are still here with us, but they have been here since season 1. We've got a bunch of rookies that are coming in for season 11. We've got guys from season 2, season 3, season 5, season 7, 8. There are so many guys that that you're going to see here that have spanned across many seasons that are now together racing each other for season 11 championship. So let's see here what okay, so we have MDM right here too. All right, that's correct. So the way that this is going about is it is a 3-car accession deal. So we got MDM, who is also out with Zebo, and who else is out there? Okay, Redneck. So we've got Zebo, Redneck, and Mr. MDM. MDM, he's another one who's been with us for quite some time. Red's been with us since season 2. There he is finishing his lap. Zebo has also just got done finishing his lap. And here comes MDM finishing his very last lap. Coming across the line right now is MDM, so that will leave the next 3 cars to go ahead and get a start out, which is going to be Mr. Ken, St. Louis Cardinals fan. Let's see who else is going to be out here coming. Oh, we got the number 1 of Texas boy. Here he comes up to speed. And let's see here. Is anybody else going? Somebody started going. Who was that? Ranger. Alright, so we've got Ranger, we got Texas boy, and we got King, Mr. St. Louis Cardinals fan. So let's go ahead and take a look at Ranger here. He is a runner-up to the champion. I think 3 or 4 different times, maybe even in a row. We'll have to ask him whenever we interview him sooner or later. So we're going to go ahead and keep our eye on how this cat right here, joke, pun, is going to come around here to complete his warm-up lap, starting with his first qualifying lap. And as you can see, he's using a pretty good chunk of the racetrack right here to help keep as much of that momentum up as possible. Get some good time out of this. As you'll see, this racetrack is not perfectly smooth in the turns, or even in the trioval for that matter. There's a couple of places on this track, because of the way this game is set out, if you have your tire sitting on that double yellow line, it can glitch that car to where it can jump to the left, jump to the right, whatever the case is, and really hurt your momentum. So you'll see Ranger here, even though he's not using the high lane to keep his momentum up, he's also not on the all the way down to the low lane, because he is not wanting to hit that glitch. So, okay, there's the completion of his lap right there. He is not wanting to go another. So you can see the number 17 of Speed's coming out. And then Mr. Smoking Rambo. He's the gentleman I just told you about. He is a season 1 veteran. That still one of the OGs in this league that is racing with us, and we're glad to see him back in his wiener car. Abjack will be out here in the next 2 seconds. 1, 2. Hey, that ain't too bad. All right, so we got Abjack out with Mr. Rambo and Speed King. Okay, here comes Speed King around the racetrack right here. Going to start out with his lap right here. Let's see how good he does. So I was mentioning earlier about the racetrack not being smooth in the corners. So there's some parts of the racetrack where it, okay, that's not going to be a good lap for Mr. Speed, unfortunately. So that's the part of it. You have to kind of joggle it a little bit with your steering wheel to make it around the double yellow lines as smoothly as you can, because the turns, they kind of have a little bit of a cut up. They jog down. They're not perfectly smooth like Talladega is. You got to play with the steering wheel a little bit, and that can cause the car, even though it's a super speedway, to be either tight or loose, especially in traffic. So here comes Mr. Speed with his lap completed. Then we've got Applejack, and here's Rambo. He's going to come around and complete this lap. Let's see what we've got here for Mr. Applejack. Using that inside lane, got all that momentum that he can to use to keep off that yellow line. That looks a really good lap right there. That looks a really good lap. So let's see what his times will be here in the next little bit. So now that everybody is done with their qualifying, they're just going to come around to try to finish up the laps that are left on the timer so that we can proceed to the qualifying duels. Give me just a moment here and I will get a word from one of our admins to see who all has the best qualifying lap. Hey Tex, has anybody said what laps they've got yet or who's on the pole? Oh man. Hey, sorry Tex, I had you on mute there. Do you know if anybody's on the pole or not, or you gotta wait until we finish up? Okay, just wanted to make sure. I didn't know if everybody called their timeout or not. Alright, cool. Alright, no problem. Okay, folks, so according to the admin, they are not telling what the times are until they are able to finish up this lobby right here. So everybody's qualifying is complete. Those that have attended and made it for tonight's event. We're going to go through the field pretty quick right here. So this is Zebo, as I mentioned earlier. He is our president of the league. Here is MDM. He is one of our OGs as well in the 00. Then we got Texas Boy. He has been on and off in the league for a little bit due to work and all this other stuff. But Texas Boy, he is now an admin of this league. He is he started out. I think he was here season 1 as well. I could be wrong. Could have been season 2. But either way, this is his first season starting out as an admin. I'm sure that he will do a very good job for the league. Then we got Mr. Ranger. He's been a veteran of the league since season 3, I believe. Season 2 or season 3 as well. Got quite a bit of wins under his belt. He's got a little over 30-something wins. I could be wrong. I need to look at the stats here, but I think he's got 36 wins. But again, I need to double check and make sure on that. Then you got Mr. Ken. He's been with us for about 4 seasons now, 3 or 4 seasons. He's a pretty good runner. Always is fun to race with, and hear crack jokes on a lot of people. He's a real good dude. You'll learn to like him. And then here's Mr. Speed. He is our season 9 rookie, I think it is. Either season 9 or might have been last season's rookie. Yes, sir. So we got Speed King in the 17. Then we got number 6, Rambo. Mr. Smoking Rambo. Got them wieners smoking for the league here today in the number 6 car. Applejack in the number 32. He is our season 10 rookie, but he is no rookie to the races here. He has been a long-time veteran and owns his own league, Checker Flag PS4 Racing League. He had started that league way back in 2011 when we had NASCAR The Game 2011. And as a matter of fact, his league is the very first league that I would have ever been a part of. So thanks to him, for helping me getting started with league racing. Always appreciative of him. Then we've got Mr. Red 45 Neck, who is our 6-time champion. Not only is he a 6-time champion, he has won the champion 6 times in a row in our league. He is what some people would claim to be the Jimmy Johnson of our league. So he is in the number 9, and I think that takes us through the field right there. As you see, Mr. Zebo and number Zebo, the number 4 of Zebo, and the number 6 of Rambo, and I guess everybody else is now having a little bit of fun, showing out what this brotherhood's all about, man. All about having a good time, cutting up, just getting good laughs in. As I stated earlier, this is what this league is about, man. These guys right here, they go at each other's throats from time to time, but these guys right here, man, I couldn't ask for a better family to have than this one. So bear with us, folks. Like I said, the dual qualifying races will start momentarily after this session ends. Again, these guys, they have finished their single car qualifying, but due to the lobby's timer not really being a factor in this yet, guys are hoping to get around to be able to complete this race in full, even though it's not a race, but you know what I'm saying. So that way we can get everything rolling to the qualifying dual races. So we're going to take a little bit of a pause, step back for a minute, get these guys finishing up here. Actually, you know what? These guys right here, they're probably taking this as a way to practice for next week's race. This is a little bit of entertainment right here. So we're still going to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to keep the cameras on these guys right here. I'm going to mute the mic. I'm going to gather some information from the admins while we take a break, and let y'all know in the chat when we're about to start the qualifying dual races, and we hope y'all stick around with us. Be right back. Okay, so really quickly, just learned that they have a couple laps left to finish up this session. Again, everybody's qualifying lap has already been done and dealt with, but again, we're just waiting for them to finish up this so we can get on to the qualifying duels. Anywho, so again, bear with us. We're sorry for this inconvenience of this time right here. I'm not really sure what else can be done about it. But don't worry about it. Like I said, we'll get to it. Bear with us, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, guys. So here we are back. So as you can see, here are the qualifying laps, and on pole we have the Mr. NDM. So the way that, oh man, my apologies. Okay, so the top two qualifying positions of Mr. No, I wasn't. I'm broadcasting, Bubba. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Technical difficulties. Oh, when you have kids, you've got to compromise. So anyway, so we saw the MDMs on the pole. I didn't get a good look who was second because I got distracted. So regardless of the matter, we've got the top two. Oh, and I didn't. Sorry, Texas. Um, so the top two in that qualified, they are locked in their positions. So those that are third on back will race their way to get finishing the best position possible to start behind the front row, much like the way real NASCAR does it. So bear with me for just another moment here, folks. I do apologize. I want to get some more information on who had second place. Okay, so we are going to wait for the admins to tell us when it is safe to come back in again. And in the meantime, we are going to see if we cannot bring in our poll winner. Okay. Well, never mind, folks. My apologies. They're about to start here in the next second. I was going to bring the poll winner in to talk to him and see how he felt about starting on the front row of the Daytona 500. But we'll catch him after the qualifying duel race. Not to worry. 10-4. So, thing that we're trying to work out too is I've got a earpiece in my other ear that is listening in to mute my mic. Um, anyway, so anyway, I've got an earpiece in one ear with the admin telling me all of what is going on and when to jump into the broadcast or to the races and all that. And then the other earpiece is me talking to you all through this headset. And Ken, I appreciate you, buddy. I, I, I don't know. I would love to consider myself the goat, but we all know who the goat is in this league, and it sure is not me. But do appreciate your hospitality, my man. So, like I said, guys, we're trying to work out some rust here still. Last week's trial and error, it definitely was a dumpster fire. I know I've already said it, but I have to say that was one heck of a dumpster fire that we had went through. Um, I've never really done much broadcasting myself ever, so to start out like this, I'm hoping that I'm doing a pretty good job for you all. And again, for those, I know this is live, and there's not a lot of people watching this live. But for those that are going to watch this eventually, that is not a part of our league as far as racing and all this goes. You're just looking for some new content to see. That we just hope that you enjoy this and that you get a good kick out of how we race around here and cut up and have a good time and all that such. But also, race, very respectfully and hard and, just battling out for the win. I mean, that's what we're here for. We're here to win. It's as simple as that. But we also want to make sure that you all, or that our guys are having a good time as well as you all watching also has a good time as well. So we're going to take another break right here real quick. We're going to wait for our admin to give us the green light to jump in. Once we do, we will get back on. So stay tuned with us. We'll be right back. Okay, so our technical difficulties. Oh my gosh, this is awful. We're waiting on oh my gosh, we're on lap 7. Lap 8. Okay. So, guys, I am so terribly sorry. Um I had screwed the pooch for waiting on the guys to start when they had already started, and that was all on me. Um, oh my gosh. See, this is why the title is Trial and Error, because of this right here. Wow. Okay. Gosh, I am so terribly sorry, folks. I'm glad they don't pay me for this, or they would have fired me. They still probably fire me, even though I don't get paid. But so by the looks of it, we have the number 9 of Red in the lead, followed by the number 8 of Ranger in second, MDM and third, and then the 32 of Abjack coming around the high lane to steal a spot from him. So to give you all the rundown, MDM and Red are locked in their respective 1-2 positions they had qualified in during the single car qualifying. So Red being up front, you know, he's just assuring that those that finish behind him, you know, they know that, or he's trying to give them the message that there's no way that he's going to let him win in anything, regardless if it's just a qualifying race or not. So we've got the top 4 right here. Let's go to the back. We got Mr. Zebo here. It looks like he is in the very back of this pack right here. That looks like for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Yep, okay. So we got the 37 of Ken going down low, letting Zebo to take the high lane. I think he was also trying to help Zebo catch the draft, but I could be wrong. I'm not really sure. So either that or he just fell behind to go and help push Zebo. So anyway, regardless of the matter, we've got Rambo there in 5th, Texas in 6th, Zebo in 7th, and then Ken in 8th. So that will leave, where is the number 17 of Speed? Okay, there's Speed right there, going around the triover, and everybody is on. Okay, so that's turn 1. Okay, so Speed, something happened to Speed where now he is last. So anyway, oh man. Okay, so we're on lap 11 right now. Alright, lap 11, as you see, Red's still in the lead. Again, wherever he finishes doesn't matter because he is going to start in second for the Daytona 500 regardless. Abjack, though, you know, if he finishes second here, he will start third, but that's perfectly fine with Abba. He would rather have that than to start. I think his qualifying time was either 5th or 6th. So again, this is what makes it pretty unique with the qualifying dual races like this. Gives everybody a chance to show, like, hey, I know I qualified this by myself, but I'm better than that, and here's why. So Mr. Abjack is doing that, exactly that. Ranger is doing the same as well. I don't really know where he qualified at, but regardless of the matter, where he's at right here, I'm sure he is also content with 4th as well. And as you see how well organized these 4 are, that's because these cats back here looks like they keep jostling. Look how unorganized and very or I say unorganized. they're unstable. That's the word I'm looking for. They are pretty unstable. You got Zebo hitting the apron a little bit, and here he is hitting the apron again. He's trying to stay on the Texas bumper to try to push him. Rambo's trying to do the same for Zebo's sake, and Zebo's car is quite unstable for what we can see from right here. And unfortunately, you see Ken, he has lost the draft behind these cats right here. So 4 cars against 3 definitely doesn't help. But when you have cars that are just going back and forth, just like you see right here, just completely unstable, it is extremely difficult to ever think about catching back up to the front pack like this. Let's see here. We got Speed right here. It looks like he is coming around the turn 4. Yep. So if that's turn 4, let's see where these cats are. Oh, they are not far behind for Mr. Speed. So if a caution was to come out, Speed don't have a lot of laps left to stay in the lead lap to. Well, you know, he still has the lucky dog. You know, he can get the lucky dog. Even in the duels, you can get the lucky dog. So that probably won't hurt him all too much. If he does go a lap down. But man, these guys right here, these front 4. If anything, these 4 right here will show you that they will be able to get the job done with ease as long as they stay well organized and in line such as this. We're now approaching 9 laps to go, and there you see Speed going down the pit road. So Speed's going down the pit road. He knew that he was going to go a lap down anyway, so he's going to go ahead and grab some 4 fresh tires. By the time that he comes out of pit road, he should still only be 1 lap down. Again, we'll see how all this plays out whenever we go through our green flag pit stops. So not too much action going on right here. Rambo in 5th, Zebo in 6th. Let's see, Texas boy in 7th. Now something happened between him and whoever it was in between 5th and 6th. I don't know exactly what could have happened, but regardless of the matter, he is now falling back and is falling really close back to where Ken is. So maybe them 2 will work together as well as these 2 will try to work together. Here comes Speed King up to speed. Oh no! Well, that's not good. Speed King, what is going on, buddy? You're going 2 laps down now. Got a little bit of tempers flaring here in my ear. Pardon me, but let's see what's going on back here. We got well, we got some conversations going on between some of the guys here to trying to figure out what had happened between Texas and whoever else. Alrighty, so let's try to ignore that. We're going to just keep our eyes on these guys right here because they are basically pretty much they're the only top 4 right now in contention to be able to try to outwit whoever. And what even makes it more interesting is 2 out of 4 of these front right here, as mentioned, they don't really have anything to lose. They're already starting 1 and 2, so more or less they're just doing this to help show off their case that hey, they're going to be the fastest cats in the Daytona 500. So they're going to show you just how hard it will be to pass them, let alone to try to beat them. You know. Let's see here. So we still got Rambo and Zebo here, 5th and 6th. As Texas was shown there just a second ago, he's still there in 7th. Ken just doesn't have really the car to be able to try to pull up to Texas to be able to catch the draft, to try to get a little bit more speed working together. But right now we have crossed into lap 21 out of 26. So let's see here. That is 6 to go or 5 to go. 6 to go. Okay, less than 6 to go. Now there's 5 to go. That's right. Okay, so 5 laps to go. We're going to go ahead and just keep our eyes on these 4 cats right here. We're not going to change it over to any other cars. Our eyes right now are MDM, but really we have got all 4 cars under a blanket trying to figure out who is going to outwit who. And again, it's not a matter now of you know, who can win. It's just a matter of where anybody can get the best starting positions at. Ranger, the only thing that he can gain from this is just finishing ahead of Abjack and starting on that inside lane, which is the preferable lane for the Daytona race. Abjack, of course, you know, if he finishes where he's at, he will be 3rd instead of 2nd. But again, with these 2 guys right here up front, the way they are perfectly content with that. Coming to 4, let's see, we've got 3.5 laps to go. And it's untelling. You know Applejack wants to bust a move on red, but at the same time, he knows that he doesn't have anything to lose at this point. If he finishes where he's at right here, best he can do is 3rd. The only cat that he has... Oh, he's going to pit. That's right. These guys have not pitted yet. I am sorry, folks. I was so distracted by thinking they already pitted. That is my fault. Already we have seen Zebo now. He is now coming out of pit road. We're going to see how this shakes up right here. I know that he won't be able to catch up to the top 4, but when it comes to where he could finish ahead of Rambo or Texas or whoever, that'll be interesting to see how all that pans out. So this also really hurts Abjack's chances, because now that he was the first one out of this pack to go to pit, now these cats right here has a little bit more time to space out from Abjack, because they have been drafting together, and now all 3 are coming in together right now. So with all 3 cars now coming in right now, Ranger is just about all but guaranteed to finish behind these 2 cats right here if he was to keep his nose clean. If he does, he will start 3rd in the Daytona 500. So let's do a little quick back camera right here. So fuel only is the call right here, and that really put Red in a bind. Oh, okay. A little bit of a glitch going on, I believe. Let's see here. It's got to be a glitch. Here comes Mr. Texas. And I'm not sure if Ranger was allowed to be up the track like that or not. Let's see here. Let's see how many laps we got to go. Alright, Texas, how many laps left we got, buddy? Okay, so here we are, coming to the last lap right here. And you're ahead of MDM, huh? Okay. So right now, Texas is our leader, but he is saying that he is under threat of running out of fuel before he can get to the start-finish line. So we're going to see how this plays out. Texas boy playing a little bit of strategy, hoping that he can get into 3rd position, starting ahead of Ranger. That is a very tough task, since Ranger has got the help behind... oh gosh, who is he behind now? MDM. Okay, so we got MDM. Oh my gosh. Texas boy is just now running out of fuel. Listen to him. He just ran out of fuel, and this cat right here stole the dual show. Holy cow. What a finish for Texas boy. Excellent strategy played out. And here he is going to be starting third for the Daytona 500. But that's okay. He is going to be our Daytona 500 dual winner. MDM in second. Ranger third. We've got Ken coming across the line. I couldn't tell you where everybody's finished at. But guys, I tell you right now, this is going to be a good race when we come to Daytona 500. Let's go ahead and invite these three cats in that finished in the top three. I know it's a dual race, but we're just going to do it for the kicks of it. All right. Hey, Texas, I'm going to invite y'all to a little party chat here in a second. Ranger. Yep. All right. Bear with me, folks. I am so sorry. Okay. So as we wait for these guys to come in. All right, so here we go. Uh, this is Mr. Texas Boy, who is our dual race winner. Texas, we saw you had a little bit of turmoil going on there mid-pack. We didn't see what happened between you or whoever that you made some contact with, but we saw how good you rebounded, and that strategy played off really well. Walk us through that, buddy.
So, no, actually, nobody got into me. There's a small glitch at the bottom of the track right there, and it just turned me right into the wall. Like, I'm surprised I didn't spin out. And so I'm just Cadillac, and I'm like, my race is done. I'm pretty disappointed. And I'm looking at my fuel, and I'm like, I'm not running the full RPMs because of my setup. And I'm thinking, this might work, or at least get me close. I didn't think I was going to be able to win, but coming off of four right at the entrance of pit road, I ran out of fuel and was able to coast it. I had a big enough lead to coast it to home to first.
Well, man, you can't write that up any better than that. Congratulations on your dual win. We know that technically you will still be starting in third for the Daytona 500 next week, but to be able to get a win for the dual race here is still a pretty cool little feat to be able to conquer. So any way you take it, man, that's a good deal. Congratulations.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm not going to be bringing that setup back. It
Yeah,
did not fire off like I needed it to.
yeah, I overheard you on the radio. They were talking about where there was a Talladega setup you brought to the track, and guess Talladega needs to stay at Talladega, don't it?
Well, I tell you, last season with that setup, I finished second in the race, but I had the fastest lap. I won the pole, did everything under the sun with that setup. Won both stages. So, I was really hoping that it would transfer over. It just with this track, I don't know why it just does not fire off the way I need it to. So, going back to the drawing board.
Heard that. Well, guys, this the Texas boy right here is your dual winner. We did have Ranger jump in, and now we've got MDM in, but Ranger hopped out for some reason. So I guess the only other person we could talk to is MDM. And man, congratulations nabbing the pole for the Daytona 500. Walk us through what you just went through. So a little bit of conspiracies and speculation going on that something was spiked in the number one vehicle. Okay. Well, that should, and it definitely should be. We saw a lot of action there, especially in the middle of the race. I'm going to be truthful, guys. Y'all probably don't know this because I know y'all ain't watching this right now. You will later, but I didn't get the broadcast to start watching y'all till about lap 8 because of my misunderstanding. I screwed the pooch on that. So anyway, but when we did finally jump on, we were able to get the cameras on the guys and seeing where y'all were at, and something that I brought up earlier that Texas just mentioned about this racetrack really ain't as smooth as it looks. It ain't like a Talladega deal. There's a lot of little kinks and little elbows in the turns here in this racetrack, and there's especially parts on this track where when you put your wheels on the double yellow line, the car can glitch up to where it'll go to the left, go to the right, or you're just flat wrecking. So fortunately for Texas, he didn't wreck, but definitely caught a little bit of that, little bit of a glitch on the double yellow lines. But man, I'm just as shocked as you are, MDM, to see him be able to nab the win like that. Yeah. Well, yes, sir. I mean, with a little bit of luck, even the champion needs that to be able to be a champion. So maybe this is Texas's way of telling everybody this is his season to be the champion. Alrighty. Well, thank you all, guys. Y'all definitely put a pretty good show on for this evening. Thank you for jumping on and letting me interview you all. Hopefully this trial and error ain't as much of a dumpster fire as it was last week. But Texas, good win on you for the duel. MDM, congratulations on your pole again. Guys, we will see y'all next week. All right, guys. This is going to end the broadcast for ABSA, and I do hope y'all enjoy the content for this evening. Be sure to check back with us next week for the Daytona 500 race. It's also going to start at 9 o'clock. Once again, guys, y'all are awesome. I hope y'all have a wonderful day wherever y'all are at. Watching this. And from ABSA to you, God bless and have a great day.